What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with the weekly reset preview for Destiny 2 for the week of the 13th of May. So, of course, we're going into the second week of Rite of the Nine right here, so we'll speak about some of the stuff there that we can expect. Additionally, we've got the continuation of Heavy Metal, the new PvP event that just kicked off last week. So we'll round up a few things there, as well as all of our key activity and reward rotations, updates from Bungie, and a general roundup of things you won't want to sleep on this week. On the topic of rest though, this video is sponsored by Manta Sleep, and their mission is to improve sleep quality, rest, and regular naps for everybody with their range of leading sleep masks. And of course, many of us have difficulties with sleep. I can relate to this. Even when you're exhausted from busy long days, the world can be so stimulating that it's hard to shut off. And so when I received the Manta Sleep Mask sound, I was thrilled to check it out, as this is an incredibly comfortable and highly adjustable sleep mask, producing a 100% blackout with plenty of padding and cooling perforated foam, which makes it a lot more comfortable than most alternatives. But one of the other unique features is Bluetooth audio, and if like me you sleep much better when listening to chill music, a podcast, or anything like that, then this is a game changer. The audio quality is great, and for me personally, having something relaxing to listen to just helps to forget about the day and wind down. Manta even have some cool eye cups, and these help to alleviate irritation, can even relieve sinus pressure, and help to mitigate mild headaches. So paired with the mask, this could help give you some of the best sleep you've had for a while, whether you're bothered by light or noise, or even if you just want to integrate more naps into your life. I totally recommend that you check out Manta Sleep products by following the link in the description and pinned comment below. You can also use code Houndish to get 10% off your order in the store, and they have a bunch of awesome products in their lineup, so don't miss out on it. All of the details and links are down below, and thanks to Manta Sleep for sponsoring the video. First up this week, worth keeping in mind, we'll see the continuation of Heavy Metal, so we should get some new weekly challenges, and other daily challenges will keep rolling out if you're working on picking up rewards and completing the sort of event track and things like that, so that part is kind of self-explanatory. Otherwise, Rite of the Nine will continue, and we should be seeing Ghosts of the Deep as the featured dungeon for this week according to the rotations, so that'll be an interesting one. I feel like it might be a bit more difficult than Spire of the Watcher was. We'll have to wait and find out. On that subject though, bear in mind that the Emissary should have at least a couple of weapon quests that'll give us some rewards upon completing that, so be sure to visit the Emissary and, of course, attune to any Ghost of the Deep specific weapons that you might want to be able to pick up as you play through this week. And as always, good luck on getting those juicy loots. Next up though, back onto Heresy very briefly right here. I think we've got another couple of weeks of seasonal challenges, so if you're still after any XP, this week's challenges will include Tithe to Ruin to defeat combatants anywhere in the system while at least one artifact perk has been enhanced. There's also Europa activities, and on Europa we earn progress by completing bounties, patrols, public events, and lost sectors. Plus we've got Last Rites to get ability final blows in Crucible, Gambit, or Vanguard, but there is bonus progress granted for Guardian final blows. And then we have Ultimate Champion to defeat champions in any Nightfall strike on advanced difficulty or higher, and we get bonus progress at higher difficulty tiers. Finally though, there is Calibrate Long Range, as always, to get kills with long-range weapons, including pulse rifles, bows, and trace rifles, and there's bonus progress for defeating Guardians once again. So that's the challenges for this week, and like I said, I think there's only one more week after this, so outside of the Rite of the Nine stuff, as we know, we are very much at the end of the episode. We do, however, still have all of the refreshes for pinnacles and challenges for the seasonal content, so keep that in mind. Plus the refresh for Sundered Doctrine this week. If you're still after any of the legendary rewards or the exotic, then good luck on the hunt this reset. Plus for the final shape, I guess, we won't be talking about this stuff for too much longer in the weekly resets, but for the moment, there are still a couple of pinnacle challenges and things, so there'll be one for the co-op mission, plus we have one for Salvation's Edge, as well as the Excision mission. Over to the Vanguard for this week though. The featured Nightfall should be Hypernet Current, that'll be a fun one, and the featured weapon is going to be Wild Style, so if you need to hunt down any good rolls on that, it will be a good week to jump in. Plus, given that we don't have any other Crucible playlists popping up event-wise, we should see the return of Trials on Friday. But for featured endgame content this week, Deepstone Crypt will be one of the featured raids. There we can pick up Eyes of Tomorrow, as well as the legendary loot pool, and these will be totally farmable while it's featured. Same applies to Root of Nightmares over here on Neptune, where we can get the conditional finality. And for featured dungeons, if the rotation is to be believed, we've got Spire of the Watcher up this week, where we can get the Hierarchy of Needs, plus we'll see the Shattered Throne on the Dreaming City. And then in the Legends tab, this week the exotic mission should be Presage, where we can pick up the Dead Man's Tail and its upgrades, so good luck on the hunt if you're catching up on any of those. And it takes us to the Dares of Eternity rotation here, so on top of the core loot drops this week, we'll get rotation 4 drops, which includes the Scatterhorn and Pathfinder armor sets, as well as a bunch of weapons from Season of Defiance and a couple of world drops from Forsaken, and those can drop entirely randomly on top of the core loot at the end of activities. Finally though, for the Lost Sectors this week, on Tuesday, we'll start out with Exodus Garden 2A on the Cosmodrome. Then on Wednesday, we'll get Aphelion's Rest, which will be followed by Chamber of Starlight, then Hydroponics Delta, followed by Gilded Precept, plus we'll have Thrilladrome, and finally the Broken Deep in the featured Lost Sectors for the week, and those will drop exotic engrams on solo clears, or at least they have a chance to, plus chances at weapons from the world pool, so good luck if you're hunting anything down there. The last thing to mention though in the Dreaming City would be the Ascendant Challenge for this week, which will be the Forfeit Shrine found via the Garden of Isilith, so not too difficult to get to, but if you want to see the location for it, as well as collectibles, we'll run some footage at the end of the video. So for today guys, that is everything we have to round up for the weekly reset. I'm going to be away from home actually for a few days this week. Kind of unfortunate given that it's week 2 of Rite of the Nine, but nonetheless I'll be keeping you posted with everything that I possibly can, and we got a couple of videos pre-made, so I'll be keeping you up to date nonetheless. If you found this video helpful though, a rating really does help us on the channel, plus be sure to get subscribed and I'll keep you posted with more Destiny content, but otherwise thank you for watching and I hope you guys have an awesome day.
Guardian down.